Hello and welcome to computer class. My name is Dave and today we're talking about how to insert a bibliography into your Microsoft Word document. So open up Microsoft Word and get a blank document and then click on the References tab. Now when it comes to inserting a bibliography, you want to get right into the middle of the bar here, past the footnotes. So footnoting is something you might do when you're formatting your paper. Bibliography is something you would do at toward the very end, or you could do it as you go along. But there's several things you want to notice here. The first is when you insert a citation or insert a source for your paper as you are collecting information, you would add the source here. If you want to manage your sources, such as delete one or put it in the list or not, then you would go here to manage sources. And if you want to pick a different style other than Turabian, maybe something like APA or Chicago or MLA or common ones, then you would pick from the drop down there. And when you finally want to insert the bibliography that you've completely completed, then you click bibliography and insert bibliography. So let's actually do it. All right, so I'm going to click insert citation. I'm going to add a source here, and notice the drop down here. It's on website, but I'm going to select book. And what I've done is I have Googled some of my favorite books. The One Thing by Gary Keller. So I'm going to put that into my thing, and I'm just going to copy here Gary Keller's name, and the book was in 2012. So let's remember that. All right, the author is Gary W. Keller, and he capitalizes one thing. You want to make sure that that's specific. The year was 2012, and we can just make up a city, New York. I'm not saying that's where it was published, and a random publisher. Um, I guess we could look up all these things. Again, very important that you do that if you're actually putting this in for real. Um, you know, make up a publisher. I'll just say Thomas Nelson. And that's not the publisher. I'm just putting in information here. You look all that up and click on a site and find it, so that or look in the actual book that you're using if you're using the hardback. Okay. Oops, misspelled Thomas Nelson. There we go. All right, so when I press OK, it gives this little citation. I usually just delete those and I keep going. I'm going to click and insert another citation. Notice the source is now there that I just added. I'm going to do a second book, and the second book I'm doing is called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. And don't want to have to spell that, so copy paste, and The Power of Habit. All right, the year that it was published was, again, 2012. That's interesting. All right, city, I'm just putting in filler here. Again, you could look this up or find it in the book. I'm just putting in a random publisher, right? They have AdventureWorks Press. Okay, it's filler material, right? So you just put it in. Okay, so you have two sources so far. Let's add a third source. Let's do one from a website, which is another common one. Now notice you could do journal, article, any of these, but let's just do a website because it's a little bit different. And the website that I'm going to be using, I'm just going to use Coursera. But normally when you're doing an educational paper, you would want to make sure that the website you have and you are using has, number one, an author, because professors are looking for that. And number two, you would want to make sure that is a .edu TLD, or top level domain, right here. So .edu should be in the website. Otherwise, you actually should not be using it in your paper. I know I'm using it, but okay. So the name of the web page. So I'm going to put that in here, the URL, and the name of the web page. Oops, name of the web page is Coursera.com. Erase all that. And you would look and see the year that the article was published. I'm just going to say, something. The month happens to be February. The day happens to be the 17th. And then you would also put in, you would put that in here. That's a mistake, right? The month access February and the day 17th. And I could just change all these to be anything, you know, March. Right, let's just say that's the year that this article was published. That's the name of the website. This is when I accessed it. Here's the URL. And the author was, you know, John Doe, right? Doesn't matter who it was. It could have a corporate author or someone else in coalition with them. So then input it. Press OK. All right, so now we have a bibliography with 3. Now we can add another source if we want to, or we could hit manage sources here now, officially that we have a couple. We can click one if we want to. And if we want to edit it, then we could press the edit button here and see we could change out the information like, oh, it's not, the publisher's not Thomas Nelson. Oh, what was the publisher? And put it in correctly. If we wanted to copy one, we can copy it. If we wanted to delete it, we can delete it and get it out of this list. Because again, once I insert this bibliography into my page, this list is utilized. So anyway, that being said, now I am going to click the bibliography tab here, hit insert bibliography. Another way to do that is just to drop in this, but I'm going to hit insert bibliography. It's going to drop it in. Now it doesn't give the title, so if I want the title, again, I click this one. Now what I tend to do is you have to format it for a paper, so I would highlight it, go to the Home tab, click and type Times New Roman, bring it over to the 12-point font, and then I want to grab the bibliography here and actually center that, give a space, highlight everything, make sure that it is double spaced, and that I also remove all of the space after the paragraphs. And here you can see there still seems to be some space there, so I'm going to remove that. And there seems to be an extra line here. And then this all technically should be all black, and it technically should also be uppercase. All right, and you can see now, I have an extra line in there for some reason. Oops. You can see how this bibliography is formatted. Now, you would obviously, this would be the only thing on this last page of your document. You wouldn't have anything else on this page. This would be all the way at the top as you see here, and this would be the only thing on this page. And that's how you create a bibliography. Again, it's in the references section. Definitely very practical to know how to do to write papers, and something that you should get to know. And Word, I think, makes it easy. So that's why I'm showing it today. All right. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.